Welcome to Brainstorm MTG. I am ELD, and this is Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering. This is the first and one of the last, as it turns out, Pauper tournaments from Scholars Games. So Scholars will be closing in just a few weeks, but in the meanwhile, things are still going full steam right up to the finish line, and we've introduced this new Pauper series. Hopefully we'll get in these every single Wednesday. We've got 3 rounds for you this week. And here we're starting out with Elves versus Burn, 2 of the seemingly premier decks in the format. Elves, unbelievably powerful when you're gold fishing. How does it hold up versus the removal? Birchlaw Ranger coming down here and drawing a lot of removal. Still at 20 life, 2 creatures dead. Burn really playing as a control deck currently. And it looks like Rift Bolt suspended. Not going to give it a target. Going to just take the 3 damage on the chin. Try again later. Needle Drop going to follow up on that. And Curse of the Pierced Heart starts the clock ticking. Quirion Ranger. Return. 2 mana. Timberwatch Elf. That is not a legal play. That's a 3 mana elf. Gonna need to do something else with that mana. And it looks like Well-Wisher. So Well-Wisher out in the open. Timberwatch would have been able to protect, but that would have not been castable here with only 2 forests. So it would have needed to be Quirion Ranger go. See if Timberwatch can come online here. This turn, there we go, 3 mana. There's a Timberwatch. And that could, in theory, keep Timberwatch alive. Keep the other elves alive. Really going to want some type of life gain here. Things are chipping away. Just 4 damage coming through. Whole lot of mana left over. 7 life. Looks like Dylan with just a couple of cards left here. Really the question of damage or card draw. And just going to try and go to battle with the troops that we have. So 3, 4, 5, plus 4, presenting exactly lethal. It's now or never for Dylan. 2 Curse of the Pierced Heart out, effectively putting me to 5. There's a land. Fire Blast. Taking out the Huntmaster. So preserving some life here. No Priest of Titania. Really does make Distant Melody less exciting. So this Elves build, as you see, does run a basic island along with Distant Melodies. The other way you're going to be able to produce mana for blue is Birchlaw Ranger, and that really allows for explosive plays. Might be win more. We'll see as this tournament series evolves how Elves is able to manage. Huntmaster, and it looks like Quirion Ranger tapping and untapping. Timberwatch Elf finally seeing that line and pushing through lethal damage for game number 1. The synergy with Quirion Ranger, of course, versus Burn. It's nice to get Well-Wisher going. It's better to just kill your opponent. So Timberwatch Elf, very good when you're tapping and untapping it, and Quirion Ranger, a real all-star in the deck there. Plenty of targets. You've got Priest of Titania, which is going to allow for massive amounts of mana. You've got the Timberwatch Elf for massive amounts of murdering your opponent or winning in creature combat. And then, of course, Well-Wisher can just gain insane amounts of life, particularly in the matchups where you really need it. You can actually use your Quirion Rangers on your turn and on their turn and quickly outpace any type of burn. So Well-Wisher, a real threat, especially when combined with Quirion Ranger. Though, burn likely going to have a lot of answers. One toughness creature is not the toughest thing in the world to remove. All right. Not sure what the absence from the table was about. Going through the sideboard here, checking to see. Probably not a lot for the burn matchup. There's a few life gain cards that can be played. It's like Phosphorus Rain or something like that. It's 2 and a green, and you gain 2 life for each creature of the type you choose. That can gain a heck of a lot of life. Might be win more. Or it might just be enough to stave off certain death. Dylan starting out definitely helps burn to be on the play. Be a little bit faster. And Viridian Longbow. So actually having a play for that 1 mana. Not bad. And let's see if that Longbow can get equipped. A pair of Llanowar Elves. So this is actually a pretty solid start. Going to be able to equip and ping next turn. We'll see if it actually gets to that point. And Electrickery. So good. Down to just 14 here. Priest of Titania. Drawing Magma Jet. See what happens with these 2 cards. Staying on top, that has got to be a terrible sign here. Nettle Sentinel and Llanowar Elf. Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning. Burn really playing the control route. Another Priest of Titania. And another Magma Jet. So just chipping away. I don't recall the name of this Pauper card here, but every time he's playing a spell, doing an extra point of damage, and it is a 2/1 on its own. Looking to trade here, and Searing Blaze is going to remove Timberwatch Elf, moving into game 3 here. So Burn very much able to play the control route there. So even though the creatures in this Pauper deck seem to be, worse than Legacy, in that instance they pulled a lot of weight. Monastery Swift Spear, Goblin Guide, Eidolon of the Great Revels, those cards, definitely where you think Burn, when you think about Legacy, that is the creature suite that immediately comes to mind. This is a ragtag bunch of commons, but it manages to put that downward pressure on the life total. And actually allowed Dylan to play a bit of a control route there. I mean, his whole, the whole game there was burn directed at the creatures, which is not typically what you see in Legacy. Usually when they try and do that in Legacy, it doesn't work out particularly well. Sylvan Ranger gonna go get another basic. Slow start. No mana elf up front. Birchlore Ranger. This could allow for going extremely wide. Got to be cautious of Electrickery. And could actually tap. Get a couple of more 1-drops out here. Spidey Sense Tingling. I think it's going to stop there if I recall. That is plenty of bait for an Electrickery. Perhaps too much. And there it is, 3 for 1. We're in Ranger, Priest of Titania, Untap, and Viridian Longbow. If either one of these creatures sticks around, might be okay. Going to be able to equip. But another Electrickery. What a beating here from Dylan. Back-to-back sideboard cards swaying this matchup. And lead the Stampede showing 3 Elves, but may not be worth it tempo-wise here. That life total quickly dwindling. Fire Blast and 2 1-mana spells could do it. Do we have it here? Is the Fire Blast there? It is. And just like that, Dylan closing it out and showing why Burn is one of the best decks in this new territory of Pauper for us to explore. That's all for this one. If you enjoyed the video, please help grow the channel by subscribing. You'll be notified when we upload new videos like Fast Effect, Double Speed Magic with commentary, or Untapped, our raw tournament gameplay. Thanks for watching.